What's happening, YouTube? Guys, initial thoughts time. I just got finished up watching a couple trailers for a movie that I am excited to see. Now, I know this movie's going to be. It's going to be one of those things that these types of movies are very hit or miss. There's nothing truly unique, at least from what I can see thus far. There's nothing truly unique on the surface in regards to the core of this story. Um, it's been done before. It will be done again. Um, from what I can tell, um, it looks like it's going to be a fairly decent movie. There's some good actors in this movie. Paramount decided the movie was supposed to be released last year, and Paramount decided to reshoot a good portion of this movie and push the release back to summer of 2013. So it should come out, I believe, next month or July. I'm not 100% certain. Within the next month. Anyways, this movie is called World War Z, loosely based on a novel by Max Brooks in 2006. And I think it was World War Z, an oral history of the zombie war. So World War Z, Z obviously standing for zombie. Um, the reality of the whole zombie thing is that I'm a big zombie fan. I love The Walking Dead. It's my favorite TV show. The reality of this is based on studies that have been done by scientists and universities around the world, is that this is a possibility that this could happen. Now, the probability that this will happen is very slim, to say the least. However, it's a possibility nonetheless. The movie, from what I understand, is, like I said, very loosely based on the novel by Max Brooks. And there are a lot of people that were a fan of the novel, which did very well, by the way, that are pissed off, I guess, because the movie does not appear as if it's going to follow that book storyline as well as they had initially hoped. So, my question to you guys is, what would you do? Um, you know, uh, Hypothetically, what would you do? I mean, let's say, best case scenario, you went to the grocery store yesterday. The news outbroke today that a virus was on the loose and it was spreading rapidly. And you would have, let's say, a day and a half. Okay, you would have 36 hours before the epicenter was right where you are. The people will panic. People will go into panic buying mode. All the food will be off the shelves in a matter of hours once the news is released. Let's say you went to the grocery store yesterday. The news comes out today. You've got 2 weeks worth of food. Okay, that 2 weeks worth of food under normal circumstances, you could probably make last for 8 weeks. Um, you'd have to be obviously very sparing. But what would you do? Would you decide to hunker down with you and your immediate family and your household? Would you get on the road and get as far away from the core of society as you could? Would you, would you get with close family and friends and try to hunker down? Board the windows, board the doors. Get the firearms out and prepare for battle. Would you gather close family and friends and try to get as far away from the core of society as you could? There's a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different things that you could do, but obviously you want to do what you can to increase your probability of survival as best you can. Now, I've even met people, because I've had this conversation with folks in the past. I've met people who actually said, I wouldn't do any of that. I would take and put a bullet in my head, because I'm not going to put my family through that. My family and I discussed this, and we just end it. We wouldn't go through it. You know, keep all this in mind too, that let's just give this a number just to make it fair, and so everybody can kind of answer the question with the same thoughts in mind. Let's say that the survival, your chances of survival are only 5%. A 5% chance of living. And you know, all of the other things are the same. You know, your food, yeah, your time frame, all of that is the same. So, me personally, I think what I would do, you know, I'm of the mind that you know, there's strength in numbers. You know, I've got a core group of family and friends that I would most likely group with, and try to gather as much as we could, as quickly as we could. Get out, you know, most likely get out on a boat in water, and try to do our best to live. You know, whether or not that would work, I don't know. You know, I've just, this is just kind of right off the top of my head. I didn't write any of this down. I'm just kind of thinking based on you know, all the thoughts that I've done, all the things that I've kind of ran through my mind in any given situation. It doesn't necessarily a zombie situation, but you know, I know the chances that it happen are pretty slim. But at the same time, I would make sure that I had my zombie apocalypse weapons. One of which happens to be, and I'm gonna share this with you guys because I thought this would be funny to share. Check that shit out. I feel like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. What do you think about that? And this is, I mean, these fuckers are not, I mean, these are, I don't know what kind of metal they are, but yeah, so that would be, and I got two of these bad boys. So, I mean, you don't want close combat range. You know, you want to try to keep your distance. That gives me about a foot, maybe a little over a foot. But if it came down to close combat, I'm prepared, right? You guys do realize I'm fucking joking. I hope so. Anyways, guys, seriously, in all seriousness, what would you do? Leave it in the comments section. Let me know, you know, if you guys agree, if you guys disagree. What are your thoughts on the movie? Is it something that excites you? Have you read the book? Did you like the book? Are you a fan of zombies in general? Just zombie movies, zombie shows? Do you like The Walking Dead? Those sorts of things. Leave it down in the comments. If you've not subscribed, please do so. Share this with your friends. I'm curious to see, guys. Like I said, the better the feedback I get on these, the more of these videos that I'm going to do, and I enjoy doing this type of thing. So I hope to get more subscribers. Thumbs up, if you will, please. That helps a ton. Guys, if you got any questions, you know, send me a private message, video response, whatever works best for you. Guys, until next time, take care, be good, and God bless.